Hello everyone, how are you going? Welcome to the top NBA dunks of all time, something that as an Australian I'm not too well versed in, but I am very curious to see what does the rest of the world think are the best. It's gonna be ridiculous, like that. What a fly. Where's the... Oh. Whoa! How many people did he just beat? 1, 2, and then he kind of went back for seconds on both of them, didn't he? They had no idea. Oh my goodness. I mean, I did spend the first half of this video just wondering where the ball is. I mean, you just have to really follow the player because there is no other way to know where it is because of the pixels and the contrast is out of control. But my goodness, you can certainly see when Jordan, I believe is what the commentator said, just starts breaking ankles. Like I said, he goes back for seconds on both of them. Yeah, as the commentator just said, jump past to Jordan and look at that, drives the baseline all the way around and just goes back. It's brutal on them. They just stand the gun. Okay. Oh, just palmed him. I didn't know that was allowed. Did he? Oh, he didn't even palm him. I thought in the original one here, I just saw him put out a hand and just push him away, but he didn't even need to. And I was going to say I didn't know that was legal in the first place, but no, he just basically, I guess, used his shoulder, really. I mean, it was that leading arm that made me think that he pushed him away, but yeah, look at that. He just straight hip and shoulder just bumped him out of the way right as he was coming down with his right arm. That's insane. I mean, I guess in a way, it's just a conservation of momentum kind of thing. He was stationary because he jumped vertically and that guy jumped into him. So of course he's just going to get pushed away. But the fact that you're then kind of counterbalancing that and going, okay, I got pushed away because there's an equal and opposite reaction and then I still managed just to dunk perfectly. Like, that's a serious amount of technique and power that he's just leading the charge with. And I've also just realized that he started the whole thing by breaking someone's ankles. He just took it around the back after picking it up out of nowhere. Look, his number, what is it, 35, 55? I think it's 55, whoever that is. I have no idea who these players are, besides the super famous names like Jordan and Curry and Kobe and those guys. Like, this guy, I had no idea who he is, but he just outplayed him completely. He just stood and waited for him to basically get back up. Look at that. Reaches out for the ball, completely blocks his entire play from there. It's not like he can get his arm in and take it from him. Takes it around the back. Still is just standing there looking at the guy while the ball is going around his back, and then proceeds to play after the guy's already chasing him again, and then just proceeds to, then we know what happens here, don't we? Just bang! There we go. Oh, look at this. Oh, what was that arm? That is what I'm thinking and talking about when I just think of the greatest dunks. Like, that guy just came from, I don't even know where. It looked like he jumped from halfway between the ring and the edge of the entire court. I mean, the first thing I noticed is just how old this clip is because they're wearing like, what, the 70s or 80s kind of scoop shorts. Just every single athlete on the planet was seemingly had the same short supply and the same length as well. But yeah, look at that. He jumped from the edge of the blue, the edge of the key, and still manages to fairly easily, while also trying to avoid the other guy, just dunk it in. Up and over, the other guy kind of cowering in fear, just going, please don't hit me, God, I don't want to get hit in the head. I know he just comes sprinting down court, and I don't know where the ball came from, but it was like 6 steps that he went from one end to the other. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. Where did he come from? Oh, he just blocked him, but poor fella. Oh, that was like a specky. That was awesome. Look at him, just no, I'm already going on my path, I can't change it now, and there's nothing wrong with that, holding onto the rim as well. I mean, the amount of times that I've heard or seen people just going for that, and then they end up shattering the entire backboard as well. I think, is it now Perspex as well, where it used to be glass? I don't really know, but I definitely want to watch this in more of a frame-by-frame action. Where did that guy come from? Oh, okay, he came from the left of screen, that's why, because I was looking at number 9, that's who I had in my peripheral vision, because I was watching him, and then right as he comes in, he kind of overlaps with him, and I just was not watching, because he's already just doing a Superman leap. Look at that. You know, these guys aren't small by any means, but it honestly looks like he gets basically a knee to the head, maybe slightly above, but either way, they're going to be basically 6-foot knees at that point. And so to be honest, if nothing else, even though it's an incredible dunk, I commend the guy that just stood there and took that, because that is brutal just to be knocked to the ground like that. And hang on a second, I'm just looking at that cube up the top there. Is that... Are we watching in seconds? And I don't mean that in an after the decimal point. No, that is like literally it is 1 second to go. So this is a Hail Mary dunk. I've seen Hail Mary throws, but I don't know if I've seen many Hail Mary dunks. With 1 second to go, no wonder he just went for it. My goodness, with half a second left, he made it. I wonder what the final score was, because if that was the winner, that is ridiculous. Oh, Poor fella, George Hill got destroyed. Crazy. Smith, you were a madman. Golden State. Where is it? Oh, that pluck. Oh, he just plucked it and he was open. Look at that. No one was in his way. No one expected him to get it. Everyone was just in the background and then he just pointing at him, that poor fella. Getting absolutely clowned on because I can only imagine, like any sport, there's going to be some kind of rivalry. Like, oh yeah, you'll never score. You're not good enough. And then he just goes, hang on a second, mate. Did you see that pluck that I did? Look at that full stretch left hand. It looks like he just says Spider-Man. Look at that. Bang. Just caught it like it's nothing. Almost behind his body, looking there. And he's not even touching the ground. And so he's not even in control of all of that. Lands, then just proceeds to immediately just travel down court, and that's insane. I mean, I do want to look at the start here because that's an incredible pass. I don't know how he wangled his way out of that one. Look at that. He's got 2/3 players kind of blocking so many angles, and he just, I guess, lobbed it up and over, but still, to not be traveling and all those kind of things, that is pretty darn impressive. Where is it? Where's it going to be? Up and over? Yeah. That's some like just real show off kind of dunk, isn't it? Look at this. Up and over, sweaty dunks. Not sweaty goals, but just sweaty dunks. Up and over 3 players. He's got his head to the rim. Hang on a second. He got his head to the rim. I need to look at that again because I think I just want to get my head to the ring. Oh my goodness. That is disgusting. Look how far down he lands. Like, these guys just have incredible verts. It's insane. I mean, once again, like with any of the ones that we're seeing here, it is definitely a team sport, and that is an incredible pass. Again, like the last one, kind of up and over, but that one was a lot more loopy and a full just slam dunk. Like, that is such a movie scene right there. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a film. It would be within the last half a second like the other one was, because that is just disgusting a way to finish a game. Ooh. Oh, the hang time. He's a big fella. Oh my goodness, what is his name? Is that Jordan? Is that what I'm reading? Yeah, I can only assume that looking at this that it is Michael Jordan. That is insane. I'd need to really see it in full speed again, because that hang time you really get to appreciate in full speed, because the slow-mo just makes it feel like slow-mo. But look at this. He just sits there for so long. From the initial jump, where does he leave? There we go. So he leaves the ground, and if you kind of just look at that 6, it does not move for a very long time as he reaches up and over the entire opposition. That's ridiculous. I mean, you can even see within this that Michael Jordan is clearly not a small guy. And even number 3, though, I'm kind of surprised how little he is. I mean, I know there is somewhat a range of heights in basketball, but that guy must be insanely good to be able to just compete with literally the big boys. I mean, like I said, there is somewhat a range of heights within basketball. It definitely skews to the tall side, and 2 meters is not a small human beings by any chance. I mean, we have LeBron James at 206, and there are plenty of people that have played and continue to play basketball that are definitely taller than that again. Yao Ming is the first person that comes to mind when I think of just ludicrously tall humans that are playing basketball especially. Look at that, we scroll down, we see 2.3 meters, 18 shoe size. I mean, to be fair, you definitely need some stability. And really, once again, just an incredible pass up and over the entire opposition. Like, they're just standing there watching and going, nothing I can do. Oh, the hang time though. Oh, long pass. Oh, that was like, oh, and a spin as well. That was like 2 steps down the court and 1 into the hoop. Look at this. Oh, once again, a poor guy got completely taken out, but he was ready for that one. My goodness. I mean, of course, there's a bit of a flourish at the end as he also just rides him down after doing a bit of a spin, because he didn't even kind of come down on it. He just kind of put it in on his side instead, which just seems like it would be so difficult to really kind of get any downward pressure and not lose the ball. I mean, I guess that's why you're basically 6 foot, 7 foot, whatever you want to call them, just have mega hands that can hold onto a basketball easily. But humans certainly don't have the same kind of stretch when we're not in our own body. You know, if they're kind of dunking, they're generally above their heads, but that is just outreach to the max, while also backwards, while also falling over, while also doing a spin, while just jumping down, I don't know, 4 meters it looked like from the edge of the key. So it was from within the 3-point line, but it is still a massive amount of travel. I mean, he kind of rode him like an AFL and Specky again, like the other guy, but whew, man, honestly, if you ask Buzz Lightyear and Woody, you might say that, oh, he's flying, but I don't know, I feel as though he's more falling with style and managed to also do an Uber delivery or something like that. What's it gonna be? Ooh, a few more pixels. Oh, some serious reach, and he caught it. Did he slam it that hard it went slamming down into the ground? And he caught, oh no, he didn't make it to the ground. Strength, just straight up strength, just to muscle the other guy out of the way, slam it straight down. I mean, I do wish that I got to see a bit more of the build up for some of these plays, because he literally started with the ball and ran up and everyone was just stationary. Like, what, did they not expect him to come at all? What was going on there? There was virtually like one player that kind of half-assed it because he had to come in late. There was always going to be a dunk in that way. I mean, I guess if I have a little look as it fades in from the black, I can see that every single blue member is focused on that number 3 guy. Not a single person even seems to be looking at him. And like I was saying, it was such a half-assed effort from number 5 or number 6, whatever he is, because he was kind of there, but he didn't really go for it. There was not much he could do by the time he was already up in the air. And so, to be honest, I'm not sure which play is better. The fact that number 3 was able to draw in an entire team, also create that space, then manage to pull off the pass for the guy to dunk it, or the actual dunk itself, because they're both just incredible. Look at that. He didn't even look past between 2 pairs of legs of the opposition, just between the 2 of them, I guess is what I'm trying to say, straight to the teammate that they didn't even know was there, and then he just managed to slam it down, barely though, just by his fingertips. Oh, what a Superman fly that was. Oh, I want to see this. There we go. That's the kind of thing I want to see. Just a bit more action beforehand instead of just this ultimate jump. Once again, knee to head. So much airtime. Oh my goodness. And room to spare. Hang on a second. He could have held that ball with his elbows and still managed to dunk it. Where did he jump from? I don't know, or at least I can't remember the name of what that little dotted circle within the entire key is. But either way, he jumps from there and just rides him all the way. And that's the thing with basketball. I never understand the rules. Like, I guess the defender is allowed to be in the way. You can't whack the ball as the ball is traveling down, but you can whack it as it's going up. And if you're there first, then it's going to be a foul on their behalf. But if you run into their way, then it's a foul on your behalf. Or at least that's how I've always understood the rules. And so I don't know how this one really works. I guess he made the dunk, so it doesn't really matter. But would it have been a foul on his behalf? Yeah, look at that. He wasn't really set, was he? He was still wide-legged, just turning around by the time he was already in the air. So he wasn't fully set. So I guess that would be a foul if they were playing a foul. But hey, look, there is certainly no denying any of the athletic ability of any of these guys, even the players that just got completely clowned on and completely beaten by everyone that was just the stars of the show in this regard. You know, they tried their best, and I'm sure they've had their fair share of dunks as well, but these guys are just ridiculous around the back, from the 3-point line is what it feels like. So many different bits, and they just really are coming home strong. And if nothing else, this is the kind of stuff that just sells basketball to the masses. You know, some people know all of the names and all the plays and everything like that, but some people just go for the dunks because they really are incredible feats of athleticism. But anyway, in saying that, I reckon I'm going to call it there. So thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to do the YouTube algorithm things down below. Also, if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, then make sure to go check out any other ones I've done. Also, make sure to go check out the original video down in the description below. Or hey, maybe even just want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.